The ocean liner Andrea Doria was one of a pair of ships commissioned by the Italia Line Steamship Company of Genoa, Italy. The Andrea Doria was launched in 1951 and was 697 feet in length and displaced 30,000 tons. It had room for 1,241 passengers and 580 crew. The ship was designed with watertight compartments that would keep her afloat even if two compartments were fully flooded, provided she stayed relatively level. The ship made her maiden voyage from Genoa, Italy to New York in January 1953. During that voyage, she encountered a storm, and it was discovered that the ship suffered design problems and was unsteady, causing her to list a full 28 degrees. However, she recovered, completed her voyage, and was greeted in New York by a delegation of VIPs. No attempts were made to address the problems that caused the ship to list. After her maiden voyage, the Andrea Doria would make 49 more successful and uneventful voyages across the Atlantic Ocean. Then, in 1956, while en route from Genoa to New York, she encountered a dense fog bank on the night of July 25th. Visibility was close to zero, but the ship was equipped with radar, so there was little concern about safety. After all, it had been 44 years since the last peacetime shipping disaster on the North Atlantic route, when the Titanic collided with an iceberg and sank. The crew of the Andrea Doria did not know that the ocean liner Stockholm, which had departed New York for her home port of Gothenburg, Sweden, on that same day, was also entering the fog bank. At 10:50 p.m., the third officer of the Stockholm picked up the radar blip of an approaching ship. A moment later, the Andrea Doria picked up the radar signal of the Stockholm, but the two ships never made radio contact with each other. The Stockholm was traveling outside of the agreed-upon sea lane for eastbound ships, and as they approached each other, the Andrea Doria turned left instead of following the established protocol of approaching ships to both turn right. This brought the ships into a direct collision course. By the time they could see each other through the dark and fog, it was too late. A collision could not be avoided. The bow of the Stockholm, which was reinforced to break ice in her cold native waters, smashed into the Andrea Doria at 11:10 p.m. The Andrea Doria was badly damaged and took on water, resulting in a severe list. The Stockholm determined that they were in no danger of sinking and began taking on the Andrea Doria's passengers. Other ships, including the Ile-de-France, quickly arrived and joined in the rescue efforts. The Andrea Doria took on more and more water, and her list grew until she turned over on her side in the early morning hours of July 26th and began to slowly slip beneath the waves. She came to rest in 240 feet of water, and 51 lives were lost in the disaster. After the sinking, rumors grew about a fortune in cash and jewelry that were held in the Andrea Doria's purser's safe. In 1981, a diver named Peter Gimbel founded a salvage group he named the Doria Project, with the aim of recovering the purser's safe and making a movie about it. The 6,000-pound safe was recovered in August 1981. The safe was not watertight, and there was debate about whether any traces of paper currency could survive being submerged in salt water for so many years. When the safe was finally opened on live TV in 1984, it was found to contain Italian and American currency, but the stories of a fortune in jewels proved to be false. It appears that most passengers, anticipating their arrival in New York the following morning, had already checked out their jewelry. The thousands of banknotes that were found were preserved and sent to PCGS Currency for encapsulation. This banknote was one of those recovered from the wreckage of the Andrea Doria. It is a Series 1935D United States Silver Certificate. The 1935D series was printed from 1949 until 1953. Considering that this note went down with the ship in 1956 and remained in seawater until 1984, it is in a remarkable state of preservation. It has been sealed between two thick plates of optical-grade acrylic by PCGS Currency to protect it from further decay. After the wreck, the Stockholm returned to New York. It was eventually repaired, and as of the recording of this video is still being used. It is the oldest ocean liner still in active service. The wreck of the Andrea Doria has continued to claim lives over the years. The most recent death occurred in 2017, and to date at least 22 divers are known to have died while exploring the wreck. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and hit the like button. That way you will be notified when more videos are released. Thank you for watching.